Curious what happened to those food brands once loved but now lost to time? Tune in as we bring back 20 food brands that are etched in every childhood memory. Let's explore the full life cycle, from rise to fall, of these well-known brands. Howard Deering Johnson kicked things off in 1925 with a quaint ice cream shop in Quincy, Massachusetts. This little shop was just the beginning, as it blossomed into a significant restaurant chain known for its striking orange roof architecture. Howard Johnson's became a staple of road trip dining, especially known for its 28 delicious ice cream flavors like butter crunch and macaroon, along with signature clam strips and fried clams. By the 1970s, it had expanded to over 1,000 restaurants, becoming the largest restaurant chain at the time. Howard Johnson's faced a decline as the interstate highway system rerouted the traditional roadways that previously brought steady traffic to its locations. Coupled with this infrastructural change, the chain struggled to compete against the rising fast food industry that offered quicker, more economical options. Furthermore, management issues, including failure to modernize and adapt to changing consumer tastes, significantly contributed to its downturn in the 1980s. Carl Swanson introduced Swanson TV dinners in 1953, transforming American mealtime with the first Thanksgiving meal tray featuring turkey, cornbread dressing, peas, and sweet potatoes. Designed for convenience during the TV-dominated 1950s and 1960s, Swanson's aluminum trays offered families an easy meal solution, and catchy slogans like "If it's Swanson, it's good" bolstered its reputation for quality. The brand's most popular product became its turkey dinner, which is considered the classic image of a TV dinner. In the 1960s, Swanson expanded its menu to include a breakfast line, which included pancakes and sausage meals. This expansion was part of a broader strategy to capture more of the American breakfast market, though it faced stiff competition from existing cereal and breakfast companies. Founded in Chicago by Otto Schneering in 1916, the Curtis Candy Company quickly gained fame with hits like the Baby Ruth and Butterfinger candy bars, launched in 1921 and 1923, respectively. These treats, with their unique blend of nougat, caramel, and peanuts wrapped in milk chocolate, became instant favorites. Despite diversifying its product line, the company's most enduringly popular products remained Baby Ruth and Butterfinger, which have maintained a strong following through numerous ownership changes. Curtis was also known for its bold marketing stunts, including dropping Baby Ruth bars from airplanes over cities. By the 1980s, Curtis Candy struggled due to an increasingly competitive candy market, where new entrants continuously introduced innovative products like candies with embedded toys or exotic flavors. Starting out in 1902 as the Loose Wiles Biscuit Company in Kansas City, Sunshine Biscuits made a splash with products like Cheez-It crackers and Hydrox cookies, the latter predating the famous Oreo. The most enduringly popular products from Sunshine were the Cheez-It crackers, which have remained a favorite snack through various ownerships and recipe tweaks. These snacks stood out due to their use of real cheese and a less sweet cookie, setting them apart from competitors. Sunshine's marketing was memorable, featuring the Sunshine Baker's Boy icon and slogans that emphasized value and quality. Despite their efforts, Sunshine struggled with rising ingredient costs and a market increasingly dominated by bigger companies with wider distribution. The acquisition by Keebler in 1996 was a direct result of these challenges, marking the end of Sunshine's independence in a consolidating market. Snow Crop, introduced by General Foods in 1929, revolutionized the beverage market with the first frozen concentrated orange juice in 1946, providing convenience and an extended shelf life. The most popular product from Snow Crop was undoubtedly its frozen concentrated orange juice, which made the brand a household name in post-war America. This innovation allowed consumers to enjoy orange juice all year round, irrespective of seasons. Their marketing campaigns, under slogans like "Fresh as Snow," highlighted the novelty and convenience of their product. Despite these advancements, the brand struggled to compete with aggressive marketing campaigns by newer brands, which not only promoted freshness, but also a broader range of juice varieties and blends, appealing to a consumer base looking for variety and innovation in their beverage choices by the late 1980s. Eventually, Snow Crop was absorbed by larger corporate entities, losing its standalone brand identity. Shake-a-Puddin was an innovative dessert product launched in the 1960s, designed to captivate the booming youth market with its interactive preparation method. General Foods, the company behind Shake-a-Puddin, aimed to leverage innovative food processing techniques that were cutting-edge at the time. It offered children the novel experience of making their own pudding simply by adding milk to the provided shaker container and vigorously shaking it until the pudding set. This process not only infused fun into the dessert making, but also appealed to parents seeking convenient solutions for quick snacks. The pudding was available in several flavors, such as chocolate, vanilla, and butterscotch, catering to a broad range of tastes. The product's marketing emphasized its novelty and ease of preparation, aligning well with the era's fascination with space-age technologies and instant foods. Mead Johnson introduced Metrecal in 1960, pioneering the meal replacement product market. It was initially available as a canned shake, expanding later into powders and bars, and offered in flavors like vanilla, chocolate, and butterscotch. Metrecal was heavily marketed as a convenient diet aid, embodying the 1960s diet culture. It was boosted by celebrity endorsements, which emphasized its effectiveness for weight management. By the late 1970s, the public perception of meal replacements began to shift, and Metrecal was increasingly seen as unappealing due to its taste and texture. Newer meal replacement options that offered improved flavors and nutritional profiles, along with a broader range of dietary benefits, rendered Metrecal obsolete by the early 1980s. Ayds candy hit the market in the 1930s, marketed as an effective weight loss tool due to its appetite suppressant qualities made possible by phenylpropanolamine. Available in flavors like chocolate, mint, and caramel, Ayds was a popular choice for those looking to manage their weight. The chocolate flavor Ayds was particularly popular, being the first introduced and widely marketed as a convenient aid for calorie control. However, the brand suffered an unfortunate decline in the mid-1980s when the AIDS epidemic led to public confusion and fear due to the similarity in name, associating the brand with the disease. Attempts to rebrand were unsuccessful, and the growing skepticism toward chemically enhanced diet products only further diminished its appeal, leading to Ayds disappearing from the market. Schutter-Johnson made a splash early in the 20th century with its Bit-O honey candy, a chewy almond honey-flavored taffy introduced in 1924. Bit-O honey was Schutter-Johnson's flagship product and achieved significant popularity due to its unique flavor and lasting chew, making it a favored choice for a sweet treat that wasn't overly sugary. The product's resistance to melting made it particularly popular in warmer climates, expanding its market reach. Despite a solid marketing strategy that emphasized the candy's wholesome quality, Schutter-Johnson struggled against larger competitors who benefited from broader distribution networks and lower production costs. Rising prices for key ingredients like honey and almonds exacerbated these challenges. Without the resources to broaden its market reach or innovate further, Schutter-Johnson was eventually absorbed by larger candy conglomerates. Burry's Biscuit culture, established in 1935, became famous for its delicious cookies and for producing Girl Scout cookies until the late 1980s. Their Lou cookies and Gaucho's peanut butter sandwich crackers were particularly popular. The Girl Scout cookies, especially the Thin Mints, became iconic and were a significant part of the company's identity and success, serving as a primary fundraiser for the Scouts. Burry's leveraged unique marketing strategies that highlighted the distinct flavors and quality of their products, which helped carve out a sizable niche in the snack market. However, the landscape began to change in the 1980s when the costs of key ingredients like sugar started climbing, and big food companies with more efficient distribution networks began to dominate. Faced with mounting competition and rising operational costs, Burry's was eventually acquired by Quaker Oats, which led to the brand gradually disappearing from the market. Jell-O 1-2-3 was a popular dessert in the 1960s and 1970s that distinguished itself with its unique three-layer composition. After mixing the powder with water and allowing it to set, the dessert would magically separate into three distinct layers: a creamy top, a mousse-like middle, and a plain Jell-O bottom. This visual and textural variety made Jell-O 1, 2, 3 a favorite among families, especially appealing to children who enjoyed the colorful layers. The product tapped into the era's fascination with convenience foods that also offered a novel eating experience. Jell-O 1, 2, 3 utilized a patented formula that allowed the different densities of the layers to form during the setting process, which was quite innovative for the time. It was marketed not just as a fun family dessert, but also as a perfect option for hosting, adding a touch of elegance to the dinner table with minimal effort. Libbyland dinners, introduced in 1971, aimed to make children's mealtime fun and nutritious with themed TV dinners that included games and prizes. These meals, like the Pirate Picnic and Sundown Supper, featured child-friendly foods packaged in engaging, colorful boxes designed to attract the young demographic. Despite their initial popularity, the most favored product among children was the Sundown Supper, which included a mini burger and fries, reflecting kids' preferences for familiar, comforting foods. However, Libbyland dinners began to lose their appeal in the early 1980s as parents grew increasingly concerned about the nutritional content of processed foods. The high levels of sodium and preservatives, coupled with a shift in parental priorities towards more naturally prepared meals, led to a decline in sales. Allsweet margarine, launched by Swift & Company in the 1930s, catered to consumers seeking a butter substitute that was affordable and had good spreadability. This product fit well into households looking for economic alternatives during challenging times. Allsweet became particularly popular during World War II when butter rationing made margarine an essential commodity in many American homes. Their decline accelerated in the late 1980s when public awareness about the health risks associated with trans fats and artificial ingredients in margarine grew. Allsweet faced significant challenges in reformulating its products to eliminate trans fats without compromising on taste, ultimately leading to a decline in popularity and market presence. Pream, a powdered creamer introduced by Puddin in the 1950s, capitalized on the convenience trend, offering a quick mixing solution that didn't clump, a significant advantage over liquid creamers of the time. Its marketing highlighted its versatility, not just as a creamer for coffee, but also as a potential ingredient in various recipes, which appealed to home bakers and those looking for culinary shortcuts. Pream was especially popular in office settings and among travelers who appreciated its portability and ease of use compared to traditional creamers. The advancement of refrigeration technology and the introduction of refrigerated liquid creamers offering better taste and texture greatly reduced the demand for powdered creamers like Pream, leading to its gradual disappearance from the market. Lucky Whip hit the shelves in the early 1950s, offering a ready-to-use whipped topping in aerosol cans, a true novelty at the time. It was especially popular for its ability to hold its fluffy texture for a prolonged period in the fridge, making it a favorite for quick dessert fixes. Lucky Whip became the go-to choice for convenient dessert preparation, especially during the holiday seasons when pies and puddings were abundant. Lucky Whip's marketing emphasized convenience with slogans like "Whip it light, whip it right, Lucky Whip tonight." Lucky Whip faced a downturn in the late 1970s as environmental concerns over the use of aerosols became prominent. These concerns, coupled with the introduction of non-aerosol whipped cream options like Cool Whip, which offered similar convenience without environmental drawbacks, led to a sharp decline in Lucky Whip's market share. D-Zerta made its debut in the 1920s as a sugar-free dessert option, using artificial sweeteners to cater to diabetics and those watching their calorie intake. It became known for its gelatin and pudding desserts that offered a sweet treat without the sugar spike. Despite being a frontrunner in the low-calorie dessert market, by the late 1980s, D-Zerta faced new challenges as competitors introduced more flavors and used newer sweeteners like aspartame, which were perceived as tastier and safer. Additionally, increasing consumer concerns about the health impacts of artificial sweeteners in general led to skepticism about products like D-Zerta. Unable to keep pace with these evolving preferences and the influx of fresher, more appealing alternatives, D-Zerta saw a decline in popularity. Mug-O Lunch was introduced in the 1970s to meet the demand for convenient, instant meal solutions. It offered a range of soups and stews that only needed hot water to prepare, appealing to those in need of a quick and hearty meal. The products initially catered well to busy office workers and students with limited access to traditional cooking facilities. By the late 1980s, Mug-O Lunch was overshadowed by the burgeoning variety of instant meal solutions that not only offered convenience, but also greater taste and nutritional value. The brand could not compete with these new entrants that tailored their offerings to health-conscious consumers and those seeking more gourmet-style instant meals. Force Food Company, launched in the early 1900s, gained popularity with its breakfast cereal, Force Wheat Flakes, touted as a health food that provided sunny morning energy. This product found a niche among health-conscious consumers thanks to its use of whole wheat and malt. Despite its health claims, Force Wheat Flakes faced intense competition from cereals that were marketed more aggressively and targeted children with appealing mascots and sweeter flavors. The changing breakfast habits, with a growing preference for on-the-go options, also contributed to its decline. Without significant innovation or a shift in marketing strategy, Force slowly lost its market presence and eventually disappeared from store shelves. Sunny Jim launched in 1925 and quickly found favor in the Pacific Northwest thanks to its rich, creamy peanut butter made from specially roasted peanuts. This gave it a unique flavor that stood out in a crowded market. The brand was adept at driving sales through catchy radio advertisements that resonated locally. Despite these strengths, Sunny Jim was unable to expand beyond its regional stronghold as it faced fierce competition from national brands that dominated the shelves with aggressive pricing and extensive marketing campaigns. This difficulty was compounded by the brand's limited advertising reach and inability to innovate its product line to keep up with evolving consumer tastes for more diverse and health-conscious options. Patio started in 1959, seizing the opportunity to introduce American consumers to international flavors with its easy-to-prepare Mexican meals. Early offerings like enchiladas, tamales, and taco dinners were novel for the frozen food aisle and featured authentic flavors that set them apart. However, after Pillsbury acquired Patio in 1968, the brand's unique identity began to blur, and its products gradually lost their distinctiveness. By the 1990s, as consumer demand for truly authentic, restaurant-quality ethnic foods grew, Patio could not compete. Do those old food brands still taste good in your memory? If so, like this video, click subscribe, and stay tuned for more nostalgia trips.